Words have incredible power. They can change how we think and feel, shaping our entire world. Louise Hay, a renowned spiritual teacher, discovered this amazing secret. But it's not just about thinking happy thoughts or trying to be positive all the time. No, it's much deeper than that. It's about truly cleaning our mental state, wiping away the dirt and grime of negative thinking that's built up over years. Imagine your mind as a mirror. When it's dirty, everything you see looks unclear and distorted. But when you clean it, suddenly the world becomes brighter, clearer, and more beautiful. That's what Louise Hay's powerful words can do for your mental state. They act like a special cleaner, polishing your thoughts until they shine. You might be wondering, does this really matter? Can words really change anything? The answer is a resounding yes. In fact, if we don't take the time to clean our mental state, our lives tend to stay exactly the same. We keep running into the same problems, facing the same challenges, and feeling stuck in the same old patterns. Think about it. Have you ever felt like you're just repeating the same day over and over? Like you're trapped in a loop of the same experiences? That's what happens when our mental state is cluttered with negative thoughts and beliefs. We keep attracting the same situations because our mind is programmed to see and create more of what it's used to. But here's the exciting part. When we start using powerful words to clean our mental state, everything can change. It's like opening the curtains in a dark room. Suddenly, light floods in, and you can see possibilities you never noticed before. New opportunities start appearing, relationships improve, you feel more confident and capable. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's a real phenomenon that countless people have experienced. When you change your words, you change your thoughts. When you change your thoughts, you change your feelings. And when you change your feelings, you change your actions. Before you know it, your entire life has transformed. Now, let's talk about Louise Hay herself. Who was this woman who discovered such a life-changing secret? Louise Hay was more than just a spiritual teacher. She was a pioneer in the self-help movement, a beacon of hope for millions of people around the world. Born in 1926, Louise didn't have an easy start in life. She faced many challenges, including abuse and poverty. But instead of letting these experiences defeat her, she used them as stepping stones to discover the power of self-love and positive thinking. Louise believed deeply in the connection between our thoughts and our life experiences. She taught that every thought we think is creating our future. It's a simple idea, but it's incredibly powerful when you really understand it. Imagine you're planting a garden. Every thought you think is like a seed you're planting in your mind. Negative thoughts are like weed seeds. They grow quickly and can take over if you're not careful. But positive thoughts, empowering words, are like seeds of beautiful flowers. When you nurture them, they grow into something amazing. Louise didn't just teach these ideas, she lived them. She used the power of words to heal herself from cancer, to build a successful business, and to touch the lives of millions. Her book, You Can Heal Your Life, has sold over 50 million copies worldwide. That's 50 million people who have been introduced to the idea that they have the power to change their lives through their thoughts and words. But Louise Hay's teachings weren't just about individual success. She believed that as we heal ourselves, we contribute to healing the planet. Every person who learns to love themselves more, to speak kindly to themselves, adds a little more love to the world. It's like dropping a pebble in a pond. the ripples spread out far beyond where they started. One of the core ideas in Louise Hay's work is what we might call the mirror principle. This principle is all about how our thoughts reflect back to us in our experiences. It's a bit like the old saying, as within, so without. Louise taught that our thoughts are like mirrors. What we think about ourselves, we see reflected back to us in the world. If we think negatively about ourselves, we tend to notice and attract negative experiences. If we think positively, we start to see and create more positive experiences. Let's break this down a bit. Have you ever had a day where you woke up feeling grumpy? Maybe you thought, this is going to be a terrible day. Then, as if by magic, everything seemed to go wrong. You spilled your coffee, got stuck in traffic, had an argument with a co-worker. It felt like the whole world was against you. But was the world really against you? Or were you just noticing all the negative things because that's what you were expecting to see? That's the mirror principle in action. Your thoughts created a filter through which you viewed the world, and the world seemed to reflect those thoughts back to you. Now imagine the opposite. You wake up feeling great, thinking, today is going to be an amazing day. Suddenly, you start noticing all sorts of good things. The sun seems brighter, people seem friendlier, opportunities seem to pop up out of nowhere. Again, this is the mirror principle at work. Your positive thoughts created a positive filter, and the world reflected that back to you. This might sound a bit like magic, but it's really about perception and action. When we think positively, we're more likely to notice positive things. We're also more likely to take positive actions, which naturally lead to more positive results. Louise Hay took this principle even further. She believed that our thoughts and words not only affect our perception and actions, but can actually shape our reality on a deeper level. She taught that the universe responds to our thoughts and words, bringing us experiences that match our dominant beliefs. This doesn't mean that thinking happy thoughts will immediately solve all your problems. Life still has its challenges, but by using powerful positive words, we can change how we respond to those challenges. We can build resilience, find creative solutions, and maintain a sense of peace even in difficult times. The mirror principle isn't about denying reality or pretending everything is perfect. It's about taking responsibility for our thoughts and consciously choosing words that reflect the reality we want to create. It's about cleaning that mental mirror so we can see the best in ourselves and the world around us. At the heart of Louise Hay's teachings lies a simple yet powerful tool, affirmations. These are positive statements that we repeat to ourselves, designed to challenge and overcome negative thoughts. Think of affirmations as seeds of change that you plant in your mind. Louise Hay believed that many of our problems stem from negative self-talk. We all have an inner voice, and sometimes that voice can be pretty harsh. It might say things like, "I'm not good enough," or "I always mess things up." These negative thoughts can become deeply ingrained, shaping our beliefs about ourselves and the world. Affirmations are a way to counter this negative self-talk. They're like having a kind, supportive friend in your head, always ready with an encouraging word. For example, instead of, "I'm not good enough," you might use the affirmation, "I am worthy and deserving of love and respect." Instead of, "I always mess things up," you could say, "I am capable of handling whatever comes my way." The beauty of affirmations is their simplicity. You don't need any special equipment or training to use them. You can say them out loud, write them down, or even just think them. The key is to choose affirmations that resonate with you and to use them regularly. Here are some examples of powerful affirmations Louise Hay recommended. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. I am open to good in my life. Every day in every way, I am getting better and better. I trust the process of life. These might feel a bit strange at first, especially if you're not used to talking to yourself in such a positive way. That's okay. Louise Hay often said that when an affirmation feels uncomfortable, it's a sign that you found an area where you need healing. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds too simple. How can just saying nice things to myself really change anything? This is where the second key point of Louise Hay's teachings comes in: consistency. Louise emphasized that using affirmations isn't a one-time fix. It's not like taking a pill and expecting instant results. Instead, it's more like exercising. You wouldn't expect to get fit by going to the gym once, right? In the same way, you can't expect to completely change your mental state by using affirmations once or twice. Our minds are creatures of habit. We've spent years, maybe even decades, thinking in certain patterns. These thought patterns are like deep grooves in our brains. To change them, we need to consistently practice new ways of thinking. This is why Louise Hay recommended using affirmations regularly, ideally every day. She suggested saying affirmations in the morning when you wake up, in the evening before you go to sleep, and throughout the day whenever you catch yourself thinking negatively. It's important to be patient with this process. Just like it takes time to see results from exercising, it takes time to see results from affirmations. You might not notice big changes right away, but if you stick with it, you'll start to see shifts in how you think and feel. Some people find it helpful to set reminders on their phone to practice affirmations. Others like to write their affirmations on sticky notes and place them around their home or workspace. The key is to find a way that works for you to make affirmations a regular part of your day. Remember, consistency doesn't mean perfection. You don't have to beat yourself up if you miss a day or if you have negative thoughts. The goal is to gradually shift your overall pattern of thinking, not to eliminate all negative thoughts forever. The third key point in Louise Hay's teachings about affirmations might surprise you. It's not just about saying the words, it's about feeling them. Louise taught that for affirmations to be truly effective, we need to engage our emotions. Think about it this way. Have you ever said something you didn't really mean? Maybe you told someone you were fine when you really weren't, or said you liked something when you actually didn't. When we say things we don't truly feel, they lack power. The same is true for affirmations. When we use affirmations, Louise Hay encouraged us to really feel the truth of the words we're saying. It's not about pretending or trying to trick ourselves. It's about connecting with the part of us that knows these positive statements are true, even if we don't always believe it. For example, let's say you're using the affirmation, I am worthy of love. As you say these words, try to recall times when you felt loved and valued. Maybe it's a memory of a kind word from a friend or a moment when you accomplished something you're proud of. Let yourself really feel that sense of worthiness. This might feel challenging at first, especially if you're working on changing deeply held negative beliefs. That's okay. Louise Hay often said that if an affirmation feels false, you can start with something like, I am willing to believe that I am worthy of love. This acknowledges where you are while still opening the door to change. The goal is to create a bridge between the words you're saying and your emotional state. When you can feel the truth of your affirmations, even just a little bit, they become much more powerful. It's like the difference between looking at a picture of a delicious meal and actually tasting it. This emotional component is what makes affirmations more than just positive thinking. It's about rewiring our emotional responses, creating new associations in our minds and bodies. When we consistently pair positive words with positive feelings, we start to create new neural pathways. Over time, these positive thoughts and feelings become our new default state. Remember, this is a practice. Some days it might be easier to connect with the feeling behind your affirmations than others. That's perfectly normal. The important thing is to keep at it, nurturing those positive thoughts and feelings day by day. Practical exercise, experiencing the power of affirmations. Now that we've explored the theory behind Louise Hay's teachings, let's put them into practice. This practical exercise will give you a taste of how powerful affirmations can be when used correctly. Find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed for a few minutes. Take a deep breath and close your eyes. We're going to use one of Louise Hay's favorite affirmations. I am open to good in my life. Start by simply saying the words out loud. I am open to good in my life. Repeat it a few times, letting the words roll off your tongue. Now let's go deeper. As you say the words, try to really feel their meaning. What does it feel like to be open? Imagine yourself with open arms, ready to receive all the good things life has to offer. Think about the good things in your life right now. Maybe it's the comfort of your home, the love of a pet, or the beauty of nature outside your window. Let yourself feel gratitude for these good things. As you continue to repeat, I am open to good in my life. Imagine even more good things coming your way. Picture opportunities, joy, and abundance flowing towards you. If you notice any resistance or doubt creeping in, that's okay. Just observe those thoughts without judgment and gently bring your focus back to the affirmation. Remember, you're not trying to force anything. You're simply opening yourself to the possibility of good. After a few minutes of this, slowly open your eyes. Take a moment to notice how you feel. Do you feel more relaxed, more hopeful? Maybe you feel a sense of possibility that wasn't there before. This is the power of affirmations in action. Louise Hay recommended doing exercises like this regularly, ideally every day. Over time, you'll likely notice that it becomes easier to connect with the feeling behind the words. You might also start to notice more good things in your daily life as you become more open to recognizing them. When I first encountered Louise Hay's teachings, I have to admit I was skeptical. The idea that simply changing my words could change my life seemed too good to be true. But I was at a point where I was willing to try anything, so I decided to give it a shot. I started small, choosing a simple affirmation. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. At first, it felt awkward and false. I didn't love myself. I was full of self-criticism and doubt, but I remembered Louise's advice about being willing to change, so I modified it to, I am willing to love and accept myself as I am. Every morning and evening, I would repeat this affirmation. I wrote it on sticky notes and put them around my house. Whenever I caught myself in negative self-talk, I would pause and repeat my affirmation. For the first week or two, I didn't notice much difference, but I kept at it, trusting in Louise's wisdom about consistency. Then, gradually, I started to notice small changes. I found myself being a little kinder in my self-talk. I started to recognize small things I liked about myself. As the weeks went by, the changes became more noticeable. I felt more confident in social situations. I started taking better care of myself, eating healthier, and exercising more. It wasn't that my life magically became perfect, but I was handling challenges better. I felt more resilient, more capable. The biggest change was in how I felt about myself. That harsh inner critic began to soften. I started to appreciate my strengths and accept my weaknesses. I realized that I was worthy of love and respect, not because I was perfect, but simply because I existed. Now, years later, using affirmations has become a natural part of my daily routine. It's like brushing my teeth for my mind. I still have challenges and bad days, but I have tools to cope with them. I'm more aware of my thoughts and how they affect my life. And most importantly, I've learned to be kind to myself. My experience isn't unique. Countless people have found their lives transformed through Louise Hay's teachings. It's not an overnight miracle, but a gradual, powerful shift in how we relate to ourselves and the world. As we come to the end of our exploration of Louise Hay's teachings, it's important to zoom out and consider the bigger picture. While these techniques for cleaning our mental state are powerful on a personal level, their impact extends far beyond our individual lives. Louise Hay often spoke about how healing ourselves contributes to healing the world. It might seem like a grand claim, but when you think about it, it makes perfect sense. We don't exist in isolation. We're constantly interacting with others, influencing and being influenced by the people around us. When we change our words and clean our mental state, we show up differently in the world. We become more positive, more compassionate, more resilient. This affects every interaction we have. We might respond with patience to a situation that would have previously frustrated us. We might offer encouragement to someone who's struggling. We might pursue goals we previously thought were out of reach. These small changes ripple outwards. The person we were patient with might pay that patience forward to someone else. The person we encouraged might find the strength to chase their dreams. Our pursuit of our goals might inspire others to do the same. Moreover, as we learn to be kinder to ourselves, we naturally become kinder to others. We recognize that everyone is fighting their own battles just like we are. This increased empathy and compassion can lead to more harmonious relationships, more supportive communities, and ultimately, a more peaceful world. This ripple effect is why Louise Hay's work is so powerful. It's not just about individual self-improvement. It's about creating a positive cycle of change that can transform families, communities, and even societies. As we wrap up this journey through Louise Hay's teachings, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. We've explored the incredible power of words to shape our mental state and, by extension, our lives. We've learned about the mirror principle, understanding how our thoughts reflect back to us in our experiences. We've delved into the practice of affirmations, discovering how consistent, heartfelt positive self-talk can rewire our brains and change our reality. Remember, this isn't about achieving perfection or never having a negative thought again. It's about becoming aware of our words and consciously choosing ones that serve us better. It's about cleaning our mental state day by day, creating a clearer, more positive lens through which to view the world. The power to change your life is in your words. It's in the thoughts you choose to nurture, the affirmations you practice, the way you speak to yourself and others. This power has always been within you. Louise Hay simply provided the tools to help you access it. So, as you go forward from here, pay attention to your words. Notice how you speak to yourself. When you catch negative self-talk, gently redirect it. Practice your affirmations consistently, feeling their truth in your heart. Be patient with yourself as you learn and grow. Remember, every positive word you speak is a step towards a cleaner mental state and a better life. And as you change your own life, you contribute to positive change in the world around you. Your words have power. Use them wisely, use them kindly, and watch as they transform your world from the inside out.